So today we are going to do some legs. So a little bit of stretching, of course, like because we're doing yoga. We're going to do some strengthening too. Sorry, let me fix that. So we're going to do some strengthening too, some standing, some on the ground, and then some stretching of the backs of our legs, which we always do in yoga, of course. So the blocks are not, you don't have to have blocks, but they're nice. If you don't have blocks, you could always use a chair. You could hold on to a chair, especially if you can't reach all the way down to the blocks or the floor. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to start, let's just start standing. We haven't done that in a while because of my foot, but my foot's feeling better. So we're going to bring your hands down by your sides, pull your belly in. Good. And just take a few breaths right here. Sorry, just take a few breaths right here. Fix the screen just a little bit so you can see the top of my head, because we are going to just press the feet down into the floor. So while you're here with the eyes closed, pressing your feet down, you're going to think about the 4 points on the bottom of both feet. So there's 2 points on either side of the heel and 2 points on either side of the ball of the foot. And we're just going to press those down evenly. So we're not too much in the ball, we're not too much in the heel. We're right in the center. And then we're going to feel our glutes engage, not crazy, just a little engagement. Pull your kneecaps up a little bit, pull the belly in. So you're feeling strong. And like if somebody came by and tried to push you, you would be so grounded they couldn't push you over. Good. And then we're going to let the eyes open. We're going to just start by strengthening into the legs a little bit. So we're going to keep the glutes engaged, keep the thighs engaged, just lift the heels and set them down. You could put your hand on a wall, or you can let the balance help you. So we're just moving into the feet, lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep the legs engaged. You could bring the feet a little more together if you want to. Lift, lower, lift, lower. So we're moving into working the calves, engage your glutes to keep you steady, engage your belly. Good. Lift, lower. So I feel it tightening my legs when I do this. So we just want to engage your glutes, engage your legs as you're lifting and lowering, tightening everything up. Good. Now you could turn your feet out and lift and lower. This might seem a little more familiar. It's kind of a dance move. Good. We're tightening up those legs, making everything work. Warming up glutes, warming up calves. Good. Let's bring those toes in. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Good. So let's come to the top of our mat. I'm going to bring those blocks in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. So the knees can be bent here, so you can reach the floor. And then we're going to bring the hands to the blocks. Good. Breathe. So we're wanting to go for a straight spine. So if you need to come onto your fingertips, if you can go a little lower and your spine can be straight, you can do that. Or you could be on the back of a chair. And then we're going to round the spine and arch the spine. Good. Round and arch. Good. A couple more times. Round, arch, round, and arch. Good. Nice. Flat spine. Breathe. Belly in. Center of the left foot. Right leg kicks behind you. Good. Breathe. So we're just going to hold this here. We're holding on to the blocks or the back of a chair or the chair or whatever you're holding on to. We're going to do some Shiva squats. So we're going to bring this leg back here. We're going to bring it behind the other leg, just like that. Just tapping the back of the leg and press it out. We're going to do 2 more. Squat it and press. Squat it and press. Good. Drop the hip, lift the leg. Warrior 3. Good. Maybe lift your hands. Maybe not. Nice. Let's bring that leg to meet the other. Standing forward fold, bend those knees, fold it more, round the spine. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just breathe. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's fold. Hands to your blocks. Belly in. Straight spine. Left leg kicks behind you. Good. We're going to do some Shiva squats here. We're just going to bring that knee and press it out. Good. 2 more. Bring it in. Press it out. Good. 1 more. Bring it in. Press it out. Good. Breathe. Now maybe bringing weight into that standing foot. Maybe bringing hands to heart center. Maybe not. Good. Just seeing how you feel. Nice. Setting that foot down and fold. Chin to chest. Getting that stretch through the legs. Good. Let's inhale, come up halfway and fold. Nice. Plant the hands, step it back. Let's start with down dog. So pressing the hips up and back. Softening into the shoulders. Chin to chest. Nice. Lowering down onto your knees. Let's find child's pose. So we're going to be right here for a moment. Just resting. Good. Inhale, floating up to table. Nice. So let's just do a few exercises to strengthen the glutes and the legs on our hands and knees. So we're going to center your left knee, right leg kicks behind you. Good. Lower that toe down, lift it up. Good. Lower it down, lift it up. Good. Now let's lower it down, bend the knee. Let's just press through the heel. Let's just do a few little pulses. Little pulses, getting into that glute, getting into that hamstring. Good. Breathe. So in yoga, we don't strengthen this area very much. We end up making it very, very loose, which is good for most people. But if you do a lot of yoga, you really have to make sure you're strengthening the back of your body. Good. Now we're going to just bring that knee down. Take that right knee and bring it out to the side. Out, back down. Out, back down. Let's do 3 more. Out, down, out, down. 1 more. Let's hold it. Straighten into the leg. Bend the knee, bring it down. Child's pose. Knees apart, big toes together. Inhale, float up to table. Good. Spreading the fingers wide. Let's straighten into the other leg. Good. Bring the toes down. Lift it up. Down. Lift. One more. Down. Lift. Let's bend the knee. And press it up. Good. We're pulsing it up. Strengthening into the glute and the hamstring. Making it strong. Pulling the belly in to protect the spine. Good. And breathe. Good. Let's lower that knee down. Bring that leg out to the side. Back down. Out. Down. 3 more. Out. Down. Out. Down. 1 more. Out. Down. Let's bring it up. Straighten into the leg. Bend the knee. Bring it down. Child's pose. Breathe. Good. Inhale, float up table. Let's come into a seated position. Find our way into a little bit of a stretch here. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. So this is usually thought of as an inner thigh stretch, which it is, but we're going to use it also to strengthen our glutes at the same time. So we're going to grab onto your ankles, your feet, or your shins, whatever you can grab onto, sitting up tall. Pull the belly in, and then we're going to press the knees down. So you press the knees down by engaging into your glutes, engaging into your hips. And we're sitting up tall. It's very active. Squeeze the glutes. If you shake a little, that's okay. Good. Breathe. Nice. Press those legs down. Release. So release and let them come up a little bit. So we'll just even hug them in. Let's set them down. Press them down. Engage the legs. Engage the glutes. Good. And it might not be that your knees go down. You might just engage, and then your knees might slowly come down eventually. Good. And release. Good. Let's bring it in. We're going to do one more engage. Good. Let's engage. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the chest. Pull the belly in. Good. Now this time we're going to release. We're going to go ahead and fold, opening into the inner thighs. So you're not pulling into your glutes anymore. You're letting them rest. We're just doing a nice fold. Your arms could be out. You could use your block here, or you could bring your arms to your legs just to kind of help push your knees apart. Good. Coming up. Nice. Let's straighten into the legs. Rotate those ankles. Point and flex. You can see my feet. They're off they're point and flex. Good. Nice. So let's bring the legs together. We're going to come onto our back. We'll keep a block handy just in case. And we're going to come on down. We'll do one more little exercise. One of my favorites for the back of the thighs that we're going to do. And then we'll do a nice stretch on the back of the legs. But we definitely want to really work on strengthening. One of the best ways to do it is bridge. And that's when you do it with strengthening the hips in mind. So we're going to pull the belly in, engage the glutes, pelvic floor, and then your legs start to engage. You feel the legs engage, and do that before you even lift. So you can see how all of that gets put in before you even lift. You're not letting anything off the hook because you can lift without engaging the glutes. So we want to engage the glutes, pelvic floor, feel the feet pressing down, and then they're sort of scrubbing forward without going forward. So your quads get involved. And then we're going to go ahead and lift those hips. Good, hold. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You could be an inch off the floor. You could be 6 inches off the floor. Good, inhale. Let's just lift, lower down just a little bit, not all the way. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Good, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Good, we're gonna lower all the way down. Now we're gonna do one more thing that's a little harder. It's really hard for me, which is why I'm gonna have you guys do it. I'm working on this one myself. So this one is marching. So it's one leg at a time. So we're going to lift the hips up as much as you can. Glutes are engaged. You are holding it there. And then we're going to lift your left leg. Lift it up. Good, lift. And then set it back down. Good, now we're gonna lift the other leg. Lift, ooh, set it back down. Good, we're gonna do 2 more on each side. So we're gonna do that left leg, lift, and lower. Right leg, lift, and lower. Good, that's hard, huh? The other leg, lift, and lower. And if it isn't, just lie to me. Lift, and lower, because it's really hard for me. Now let's lift those hips up, 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 and lower back down. Whew. Good. Now we're going to hug both knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Nice. So let's just set that left foot down. Right knee hugs in. Good. Maybe straighten into that left leg. Straightening into your right leg if you want to. So you could have it a little bit bent. You could have it straight. Good. You could grab your toes if you want to. Or if you can't grab your toes, grab your ankle or your calf. Good. We're getting a nice stretch here. Good. Now let's bend the knee. We're going to bend that knee and we're going to reach it over to the left. So reach it over. Now this is where your block might be handy. You might want that block under your knee, but maybe your knee comes to the floor quickly, easily without forcing it to the floor. So you don't need it. Breathe. Good. Coming back up to center. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Nice. Let's keep that left knee hugged in. Right foot comes down. Maybe we're straightening into that right leg. Maybe we're working this leg towards straight. So it could be bent, could be straight, could just be hugging into. Do what feels good. You can grab your ankle, your calf, or your toe. Do what feels good. Nice stretch here. So laying on your back when you stretch your hamstrings gives your back some traction, which is a great way to like decompress the low back. Because I think sometimes seated forward folds don't decompress the low back like laying on the floor does. Good. Let's bend that knee. Let's bring it over to the right. Use that block if you want to. I like it because it kind of helps me even out my shoulders. Good. Back up to center. Let's hug both knees in one last time. Good. Setting both feet down on the mat. Let's straighten into the legs if you want to. And since you have the blocks today, if you wanted to, you could lay them underneath your thighs, which really does help the low back. And then arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. One more deep, long inhale. One more deep exhale, letting all the air out. Gently start to bend into the knees. Move the blocks out of the way if you're using them, and we're just going to roll onto one side of our body. Pressing up to a seated position. Hands on the knees. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Namaste.